it is already the end of July, meaning we've got one more video to go before we move into August. So it's July 31st, releases today. If you haven't been here before, what we're going to do is look at the most promising looking games releasing on Steam today. We're going to check out the trailers, we're going to look at the little quick summaries, and then we'll see whether or not these games are worth you checking out. I've got 8 or so to look through today. It's actually a really good release date, so let's start with Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, a game which is one of the biggest kind of action IP sort of games. I feel like it's gone towards the 3D mode more recently, but let's check out the trailer a bit better. Like straight away, this game looks stunning, and I believe it's been made by some people that had something to do with Blasphemous, so a game which is, you know, one of the cooler games that you can play, but also really, really good pixel art. Action, fast-paced 2D platformer. I feel like the Ninja Gaiden games were like synonymous with being like really hard in the past. This looks awesome. I've got this on my definite playlist. Let's move on to something different. This one's called SWAT Commander, and you will be joining the Special Weapons Team and Tactics Unit in SWAT Commander. Issue orders to your squad in single player or create one with up to 5 players in co-op. Alright, this is like one of those like tactical games. We've got a bunch of different guns to play through. I always like how they're like, you know, select guns. It's a first-person shooter, of course there's going to be guns. Looks like some different sort of situations that you're going to have to play through. Man, the guy speaking in this trailer is intense. He sounds like the EA Sports guy. Going to be rescuing, doing some counter-terrorism kind of work. Yeah, they've mentioned that. Single player and co-op. Kind of reminds me of those games that you used to play where you would use the headsets. I don't know if you know them on like PlayStation. You'd use your headsets to talk to your teammates. They always kind of like sucked. Is it SOCOM was one of them? I'm not sure. Alright, there you go. SWAT Commander. Alright, go look at Frosthaven. From the creative minds of Isaac Childress, the highly acclaimed board game moves to the digital realm. The video game adaptation of Frosthaven, the dark fantasy tactical RPG, features deep mechanics and challenging yet satisfying gameplay. It's got a classic World of Warcraft style fantasy kind of aesthetic here. Some different towns. Okay, once again, I haven't played the board game, so maybe give me some ideas about what we're going to be doing here. Some reading. So is it a turn-based tactics style game? It's definitely tactics. Pretty slow. Okay, not a lot of information. That's releasing in early access. Let's have a look at Spy Drops. Inspired by stealth action from the 90s, undertake a series of covert ops to save the world from global terrorist threat. PS generation 3D stealth action. Graphics definitely look PlayStation style. Look at those polygons. Oh my god, I'm getting some nostalgia just thinking back. Thinking back to the good old 90s. Like some kind of supreme tactical agent. We're going to neutralize a global threat. It's actually, even though it looks ugly in inverted commas, the style of it is quite cool. It's kind of like, the same way in pixel art, kind of, we think it looks like the game from the 80s and 90s, but it's not. It's so much prettier. This is actually really pretty for a PlayStation style kind of graphics game. It's all about the stealth. It's all about sneaking in. Some pretty cool looking maps. Random mission generation. I'll be curious to see how do you get a random generation in a game like this? Normally the storyline are really linear, like, you got to have specific setup points. I think this has got a lot going on for it. I'm pleasantly surprised with Spy Drops. I'm going to put that one in a better than I was expecting list. Alright, let's look at Heartworm. We're going to pass through the threshold and enter a world born of memories. Defend yourself with a camera while solving death's mysteries and reverent evolution of 90s survival horror, integrating both fixed cameras and over-the-shoulder perspective. Another sort of PlayStation-style game. And when I say PlayStation, I mean PS1. Man, look again at these graphics. Is it completely coincidental that I put these two games next to each other? I don't know if I've ever really played any good photography games. Maybe Pokemon Snap, but even that was sort of, a stretch. Alright, some nice aesthetic there. Some nice kind of atmospheric stuff happening. That's a survival horror. Expect the spookies. I'm going to look at Prospector here, which is a resource management sandbox game in which you land on a distant planet in this chill resource management game. Harvest alien resources, build and automate machinery, uncover secrets. The interesting thing about this is it feels like I have played this game before, even though I haven't. I don't know if it's the visuals, I don't know if it's the style of game, I don't know if it's just there have been so many resource collection games that look like this. Although, to be fair, this one does look like it's got a few more tools in the, in the toolbox. There's a lot of stuff happening here. Maybe some automation. And I guess maybe once we get further into this trailer, we're seeing a lot more complexity. Some of the games that I've played in this genre have been really simple, but I do think there's going to be a lot of familiarity with it. I think if you're looking for more in this genre, this one might be a nice little upgrade. It's pretty. Simplistic, but pretty. I'll remember the name of those games that I've played that are very similar to this soon enough. Probably forget a bit about tomorrow. We're getting through these titles, and now we're looking at Powerlust, an old-school action RPG game which you travel through an open world, design your character class, and feed your lust for power by crushing your foes. Procedural generation. I don't like it when they give me 30-second trailers. It makes me wonder what they're hiding. Like, come on. Some of these trailers are like 2.5 minutes and I have to cut them down. Others I need to work it out really quickly. Old-school Diablo 2 kind of vibes. Not as polished. But characters, lots of enemies to attack through. Maybe, I don't know, I'll be worried this is a little bit low effort, but it's a genre that's really hard to get into because there's so many good games already. The last game on our list is Mecharashi. Mecharashi is a mecha-themed tactical turn-based game. The game adopts a unique part destruction combat system where you can assemble mechas however you want. Alright, this looks interesting. So turn-based tactics kind of game with really, really cool looking mechs and some anime-style characters by the looks of it. That vision's pretty cool. So you can choose to attack different parts of it. Man, these mechs actually look really impressive. Like, if nothing else, I don't think I've seen a game that's been done this style, but maybe I've missed some things here. The Electric Eel Warrior, my favorite character. It's pretty, like, simplistic. It's just a mech game with tactic-style combat in which you can choose what you want to target. You'll play this game if you really like a big, cool-looking mech robots. It's got mixed reviews to start off with, so maybe be a little bit worried about that. Hey, there's 8 games releasing on the 31st of July. Let me know which one your favorite is. Thanks for watching.